Do you remember Ella Enchanted? If you don't worry, I got you. Hey everyone, welcome to AnimePuffz. I'm your host Wiley, and today I'm going to be discussing Ella Enchanted, as well as what caused Ella Enchanted to not do so well. So, if you like this video, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe for more. Share if you care. Let's get to it. Check out my Patreon, all that. I recently had the opportunity to watch Ella Enchanted, and honestly, it's still an endearing film almost 20 years later, so that's awesome. However, Ella Enchanted tanked at the box office when it was originally released, and it wasn't well received by critics, so what happened? So I'm going to give you all my opinion on why the film didn't do so well and what went wrong. On the surface, Ella Enchanted is simply a film about a young woman who is cursed as a baby by her fairy godmother Lucinda to be obedient.
Quiet, please. I can't concentrate here. Ella Frel, I give you the gift of obedience. Now go to sleep.
Once Ella's giving the gift of obedience, which is actually a curse, Ella's mother, Eleanor, and her other fairy godmother, Mandy, instantly protest the gift, realizing how harmful the gift of unwillful obedience will be.
Isn't it wonderful?
No, it's terrible. It's a terrible gift to have to do what you're told. Take it back.
I have a no-return policy. And if you're going to be ungrateful, I can always turn her into a squirrel instead.
A squirrel. No, obedience is a lovely gift.
Lucinda refuses to give the gift back and promises to give Eleanor and Mandy a not-so-nice gift if they continue to protest her gift and be ungrateful. So Eleanor and Mandy pretend to like the gift in order to prevent Lucinda from doing any more damage. And thus Ella is forced to endure a life obeying the commands of anyone she crosses paths with until she finally decides to challenge her curse as well as the world around her. Of course, she falls in love with the charming prince, makes friends on her journey to seek Lucinda, who is the only person who is capable of taking back the curse. And Ella also combats her evil stepmother and stepsisters who have sinister plans in mind for her. Ella Enchanted is simply the story of a young woman who is fighting to have her own voice as well as autonomy over her own body and her decisions.
You will no longer be obedient. You will no longer be obedient.
The film also taps into deeper subjects such as gentrification, ethnic stereotyping.
Why can't you be a lawyer?
Hello? Elf.
I forgot the elfin restrictions Sir Edgar passed.
No elf shall be engaged in any occupation other than singing, juggling, and/or tomfoolery.
As well as other issues surrounding sociopolitics and combating inequity. Although the film had a really good message and great intentions, and it is very fun and lighthearted, the reason why I believe it failed was its over-ambition and lack of focus. The film attempts to use real-world issues to provide nuance to a Cinderella story, but with so many subplots, the film becomes a ball of confusion and thus allows serious issues to fall through the cracks. And oppression is simply not a plaything, especially in a film that has a predominantly white cast and casts its BIPOC characters in odd roles, i.e. Lucinda being a fairy who doesn't take responsibility or accountability for her actions and forces Ella into obedience.
Don't blame me for your problems. Did I chain your butt up to this tree, huh?
Well, but you're not.
And Ella's best friend, Areta, sorry if I said that wrong, Areta, y'all know I'm bad with names. She is simply forced into a supporting role of Ella. She has no true will of her own. She just exists as Ella's best friend. So it's very odd, especially in a film about oppression. Despite the movie's flaws, Anne Hathaway plays the role of Ella very well, with authentic charm, grace, and relatability. And did I mention that Anne Hathaway is drop dead gorgeous? Honestly, she was killing us softly with her beauty. No one can play with Anne Hathaway when it comes to her looks. Unfortunately, Anne Hathaway's performance just wasn't enough to save the film.
Don't let him scare you, sweetheart. Kick his butt. the rabbit punch.
I personally think the movie would have done better had it had a clearer focus, a clearer direction, and focus closely on the correlation between the oppression that Ella faces and her lack of free will, along with the oppression and the lack of free will that many of the characters in the film face. We spend way too much time on Hattie's obsession with Prince Char.
I know everything about you. I've got posters of you and pictures, and when we used to live in Lemire, I used to stand outside your castle and watch you turn your lights on and off.
As well as the fangirls, Ella and Prince Char's romance is in the forefront, when actuality, in order for the film to make sense and to be very respectful of the issues that many people face, either should have been like a fun modern tale and spin on Cinderella, or on the opposite side, it should have been a bit more serious. And BIPOC characters, as well as the characters who are being oppressed in the film, should have been brought to the forefront and had their own will and their own character arcs in the film. But let me know what you think. Are you still a fan of Ella Enchanted? What is your favorite Anne Hathaway film? And what is your favorite version of Cinderella? Please let me know. Thank you all so much for watching. Bye-bye.